criticism is always fine. You can critique something, you can give your opinion on something, you can give your praise or disappointment on something. That is always okay. But the second you take it to another level and cross the line, that's where I gotta say, you done goofed. Because what some fans did recently is unacceptable. Like, okay, we know, and most of us know anyway, some people disagree, whatever the case may be, but the general consensus knows that the Death Note live action film that was just recently released on Netflix is not all that good. And as far as like comparing it as an adaptation, is absolute garbage, right? So that's the general consensus. Don't get me wrong, there were some things about the film that I liked and many people liked, but the general consensus is nobody really liked it, right? So it's all fine and dandy to feel that way. But when you take it to the level of going and threatening people over it, that's a problem. That's absolutely a problem. And I don't support those actions at all, because not only I've seen it so many different times, I've seen it against manga creators, Masashi Kishimoto when he did, you know, the ending of Naruto, the creator of Bleach, Tite Kubo at the end of Bleach. You know, I've seen death threats to those people. I've gotten death threats over my opinions or critiques of episodes of, you know, even Naruto. I remember one time it got really bad where I was getting death threats over, I believe it was the Kakashi versus Obito episode, and I had a controversial opinion on it, and I've even got them, and that's not okay. You know, like, as fans of this material, I think we get too passionate to the point where we take it to a level that is, again, unacceptable. And I shouldn't even say we, because I've never once ever thought of my wildest dreams about giving a death threat over my disagreement on certain content. So, with that being said, the creator of the Death Note, or the director of the Death Note live action film from Netflix, recently was driven off Twitter because he got death threats from people over the film. And I think to a certain degree, well, for starters, we shouldn't blame him at all, because, hey, it is what it is. As far as, like, you know, he can't control it. People send him death threats, right? But I think the mistake he made was feeding into things, especially you're a Hollywood director and stuff like that. Like, you know, people got their opinions or whatever, let them be. And I think him feeding into it, because he was already replying before, I believe, the death threats even started coming in. He was replying to trolls and people talking crap to him and shit like that. So he shouldn't have fed into it. You already know, don't feed the troll, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes we make mistakes, or as people when we do, and it goes worse. But, like, unacceptable. Let's read the article and we'll talk some more. But never, ever, if you have a disagreement, ever come at the creators in that type of manner, because it just makes us all look bad. It makes us all look like what a lot of the rest of the world think of us as, a bunch of creatures in our basements, like, screaming, "Oh, my anime, my cartoons!" Like, don't do it, but let's read the article. Netflix's live-action Death Note film director deletes Twitter after harassment. Although Death Note manga creators Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata had some positive words for Death Note's live-action film, it has received mixed reviews from fans and critics. In addition to whitewashing complaints, the film has faced criticism for plot changes and the Seattle setting. Some disappointed fans decided to express their frustrations to the film's director, Adam Wingard, on his Twitter account. However, it seems some people took their criticisms to extremes, causing Wingard to delete his Twitter account. In addition to harsh criticism, Wingard apparently received death threats on Twitter in response to the film's adaptation. Just before his account disappeared from the social networking service, Wingard posted one final tweet that read, "It's time to switch gears over to GVK Going Dark." He was referring to his next project, Godzilla vs. King Kong. In the days leading up to that, though, Wingard reportedly tweeted some responses to trolls he viewed as unreasonably lashing out at him. One tweet said, "Sorry trolls, but the artists always win in the long run." He then, well, right there, see, that's a mistake, because he's antagonizing the trolls and making them want to go even further. He then repeatedly wrote, "I love how many people feel personally attacked by this tweet. It's sick, almost like troll bait. Those that bit expose themselves." To clarify his willingness to receive constructive criticism, Wingard reportedly said, "Film criticism is different than bitching at filmmakers on Twitter." So yeah, people took it too far. Again, we all know how we feel about the Death Note live action film. We're all disappointed, or most of us are disappointed and shit like that. That don't give us the right, or, you know, the need even. I don't understand why people get the need to harass this man and send him death threats. You want to tell him, hey, I felt the movie was crap, I felt the movie was shit, whatever. Hey, by all means, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's a free world. Personally, I'd rather do it more constructively, but, you know, you can do that. But the moment you cross that line and you send death threats or harass, that's when you're in the wrong. That's when it's like, what are you doing, bro? You're making us all look bad. It's like, Come on, stop it. Cut it out. Like, yo, it's shit. Leave it at that. You don't need to harass and send death threats because it's not like he's going to go and, oh, we're pulling the movie out and we're going to edit it or reshoot it. Like, come on. It's ridiculous. Kind of curious what people think about this. Have you ever experienced something to this degree of getting death threats over something you've done? Or what is your response, I guess, in a way, to these people's response? Hey, your response to their response or these people's actions against this guy. I totally think that is unacceptable and it's just wrong and it's screwed up, because no matter how we feel about something, you always should reply accordingly. And this is just too extreme. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.